That's the first game of match week 32 played. In fact, 32 and 33 spread over the next 7 days. 2 games on Saturday. Newcastle 6 clear of the relegation zone, face informed West Ham, who themselves are looking for back-to-back wins. That's Newcastle. If Newcastle avoid defeat and Sheffield United lose at Wolves, then the Blades will be officially relegated. On Sunday, Arsenal take on third-bottom Fulham. Manchester United can go to within 8 points of Manchester City with a win over Burnley. On Monday, it's Leeds against Liverpool. They played out a terrific 7-goal thrill on the opening day of the season. On Tuesday, it's Chelsea-Brighton. Wednesday sees 2 games, Tottenham against Southampton and Aston Villa against Manchester City. And then on Thursday, it's Leicester against West Brom, with the Foxes looking to bounce back from successive defeats. So just to confirm what that result at Goodison Park means for those 2 sides, Tottenham and Everton stay 7th and 8th respectively. Spurs are within 5 points of 4th placed West Ham. Everton 6 adrift of the Hammers. But don't forget, they do have that game in hand. At the other end, all eyes on Sheffield United the next few days, whose fate could be sealed if Newcastle pick up that point, at least a point against West Ham, and if the Blades lose to Wolves. West Brom 8 adrift of safety with 7 to play. Fulham 6 off safety, having played a game more than Newcastle.
The performance and the chances you created, in a way, does that make the point feel worse?
Yeah, I think we're disappointed, especially with the chances we had. Maybe it could have gone their way as well, but I think at home and then the chances we created, it feels like we dropped 2 points from the chances we had and the goals we conceded.
Was it in some ways similar to the Palace game where you actually created plenty?
Yeah, in that game I felt like we probably didn't play as well as we did today, even though we created a lot of chances in that game. I thought the performance, the defending and the pressing was a lot better today. So I think we're satisfied with the performance, but obviously disappointed not taking the 3 points.
Like you said, you played well. What was the key to playing well?
The chance of playing European football. I think the work we did during the week, obviously didn't have a lot of time after the Brighton game, but I thought the way we set up defensively worked fantastically, and we managed to win a lot of balls in their half, which gave us a lot of chances to score, but just missing that little bit of quality at the end, just finishing the game off.
Just talk to us about the second goal. First one's obviously a penalty, but opening yourself up, left foot, just the thought process, the technique that's needed.
The ball was obviously perfect. I could see there was a defender right in front of me, so I tried to get a good contact and obviously keep the ball down and hit the goal. Luckily, I connected really well with the ball, and obviously it was nice to see it in the back of the net. What
about the goals conceded? You touched them already. I mean, partly is it bad luck that it falls to someone as good as Harry Kane, but also better communication may be needed? Yeah,
I think always when you concede goals, it's going to be most of the time down to mistakes. This is the way football is. Of course, we're disappointed, but that's just the way football is. We had enough chances to win the game, so we can't really just be looking at the goals we conceded. We need to be looking at the chances that we didn't take.
Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers.
Well, that result means Everton will that win in 5 in the Premier League and in 6 in all competitions. But are you as encouraged as Gylfi there in terms of their performance today?
Yeah, definitely. I think they can take a lot of positives out of that. Yeah, they'll be disappointed, one, through the chances they created, but more so for the goals they give away. Disappointing that they give away goals of that calibre, but that doesn't happen every week. So if they can replicate that form of that performance, that type of performance, then I'm sure they'll win more games.
We'll talk about the Everton defending in a short while, but let's have a look at the way the game started. It was a very low-key from Tottenham, who ironically took the lead through Harry Kane.
Yeah, and Ndombele gets the ball. He knows who he's looking for. Here's the big man in there, and Harry Kane. They get lucky with a flick on there from Keane. And when that finishes on his left foot, I mean, the touch first and foremost, and then the control to keep it low and into the bottom corner was absolutely clinical from Harry Kane. But it's what you'd expect, you know, there's no surprise. But let me tell the young boys out there watching, he makes that look easier than it actually is.
Jolien, what about the way Everton's defence was breached here?
Again, it was self-inflicted. There's no communication or minimal communication. Yes, Keane's attempting to clear it, so it's hard done by there, but Mason Holgate is not providing any kind of communication, because if he makes himself aware or Keane aware that he's behind him, he doesn't attempt to hit it and then he doesn't flick it onto Harry Kane.
That's the last person you want the ball to fall to unmarked in the in the box.
Oh, definitely. And like Tim said, that is so underestimated, the importance of that touch. The fact that he's reacting off a defensive header shows that he's always alert.
Yeah. That lead only lasted 4 minutes. Everton equalising through the penalty spot. Everton a little bit fortunate to get this penalty for you, Jolien.
No, I don't think so. Again, naive attempt to win the ball. Positive play down the left-hand side, great cutback. Rodriguez is going to go down. If he feels the contact, he's got an opportunity to strike on goal. So I feel if he had a genuine attempt, then he would have. But there's contact there, and he's gone down.
Once the ball's on the spot, Gylfi Sigurdsson's always going to tuck that one away. You know, I said he had a massive influence in the FA Cup game. He had a huge influence on this game tonight as well. He really wants to prove against his old team that he should still possibly be there. He loved the club. You know, he was a very, very good influence on Harry Kane when he was there. And this finish is absolutely tremendous. Coleman goes down the outside, comes on a sub. He lets it run across his body, and it's on his so-called weaker foot. But it's because he works time and time again on the training field to try and improve his technique. And it's at 1-2 there. Dyer gets caught out in wide areas, and that finish is absolutely fantastic, isn't it, Jamie?
Oh, immense. The composure, it's like a training ground finish, to be fair. He's just actually stroked it into the net, and Tim said there, Seamus Coleman came on and did more than Iwobi in his first few minutes than Iwobi did for the whole time he was on. It's a great goal. Great goal.
You're obviously a better goal, really, at Goodison this season. It's just a shame that the Everton fans weren't there to.
And I think if they are there, I think they hold out. I think they hold out the kind of the excitement and knowing what that leads to in regards to points and pushing them up the table. They hold out for me.
Yeah. But that wasn't the end of the story, of course. Harry Kane still had a say as to where the points would go.
Yeah.
But again, capitalising on some pretty generous Everton defending.
Yeah. Lamella's come on a sub, and he's like, last resort, it's just hope football. Get this in the box, because Harry Kane's in there, something might happen. Absolutely does. Another mistake from the two defenders, and he just swipes it in with his right foot. But he's not even looked up Lamella here. But why should you? When you've got a player like that, I played in a team with Alan Shearer, and you knew you stick a ball in the box, he'll go and find it. Now, that's not coincidence that he finds himself on the spot at the right time there. He just sweeps it in. There's no doubt where that's going to end up when it falls at his right foot.
No. Again, clinical finish, but the defending here, I've lost for words, to be honest. Like, one mistake of that calibre in a game, but two, they'd definitely be disappointing with the way they've conceded goals, because, like I said, it was there for the taking for everything.
Yeah. Incidentally, take Harry Kane to 21 in the Premier League, 2 clear of the next best, Mohamed Salah, and that's in the race for the Golden Boot. What about in terms of all-time Premier League goal scorers? It actually moves him up a place. He goes up to 7th, 164 goals to his name. He goes above Robbie Fowler there, Tim.
Incredible. I mean, he's still a young man. You know, he's 27, nearly 28 years of age. You know, he's got a lot of football left in him. Not finished yet, scoring at such a rate. Be interesting to see how high he can get up that list. I'm not sure anyone catches Alan Shearer.
Yeah, I'm not so sure Harry Kane catches him. I thought it was going to be closer than that, but to say he's got to get 20 goals for the next 5 seasons, and only Alan Shearer's got 7, I think, 7 seasons.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
He's got 20 goals in 5 seasons in itself.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So to replicate that form over another 5 years when you're not exactly getting any younger, you could potentially pass you.
If he went to a City, would he do it with the chances they create?
Possibly City. But again, there's more sharing of free kicks, penalties.
Yeah.
Again, it's different, so there's no guarantee that happens.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't put it past him.
On another day, he might have walked away with the match ball.
Yeah.
He came so close to the
And a perfect hat-trick as well with a header. I mean, he just instinctively knows where he is, and he knows he's got to get a lot of purchase on this with his head. He's the first one who puts the pressure on. Then he gets himself in between the width for the goal. And when he just loops the header, he knows he's got to go there. He's inches wide. You look at Pickford here, he's at full stretch. Not sure he gets there if that's just an inch or two inside the post.
Yeah, that's not a chance for many strikers.
I was going to say, he's got no right to make Pickford feel under threat there.
Yeah, no way. But I love the fact that he got himself in between the centre-halves and recognised, no one's marking me, I'm free, and if I get an opportunity, I can direct it towards goal.
Yeah. And then, I suppose the sight that many Spurs fans are always dreading it, not to mention England fans as well, with the Euros just around the corner, but we all already know about his ankles here.
Listen, I mentioned, didn't I, before the game that he's been lucky with injuries this year. He's only missed 2 Premier League games, and he's trying to get back. He's back in the box. This is the good angle here. Watch his right ankle. Oh, just buckles underneath him there. Nothing you can do about that. He's there back, trying to help out his side to hold on to a point, and he limps off. I thought when he first limped off and then we saw him walking towards the other dressing room, I think he was moving a little bit better. So hopefully it's not as bad as what it first looked.
Yeah, you can also see a bit of concern at the end shown by Jordan Pickford, who was just making sure that his England colleague was okay. But so much rest between now and the end of the season, particularly with the League Cup final just around the corner.
Yeah, that's the thing. You know Harry Kane, the fact that if he's had any possibility of playing next week, you know he'll be available and make himself available. Yeah, it's not great to see for England or Spurs.
I suppose that's what leaves the manager in a bit of a kind of rock and a hard place, because obviously they've got another game in this match week, haven't they? Or in the coming days.
Southampton.
Yeah. Does he dare risk him, knowing that perhaps...
Well, that one he's got to sacrifice him. I mean, if his only chance of glory at the moment, I said they needed to win that game. I was surprised with the intensity late on in the game. Thought they needed to move it a little bit quicker, get the ball in play and try to win, get 3 points. By tomorrow, there'll be a lot of teams ahead of them by 2, maybe 6 points, 7 points, and that's too far with this many games to go. Still got a tough run in. They play Leicester, who were in the mix last game of the season.
Yeah.
He's a huge miss. I think you have to sacrifice him for the Southampton game. You've got good enough players to beat Southampton without Harry Kane. But have they been conditioned? Have they had the game time? Are you asking to come in, Vinicius to come in from the cold, Gareth Bale to come in from the cold and perform, and to be able to expect them to perform to the level to win a football match in the Premier League? It's a big ask. I think the rotation at Tottenham's been very, very poor with the forward players.
Because also, them players are coming in knowing when Harry Kane's fit, he's coming back in. So they could come in, potentially score a hat-trick against Southampton, and come the weekend when it's the final, Harry Kane plays. So, as I said, the rotation, what could have been done better, hasn't been great.
It's difficult for Tottenham and for Harry Kane, because he does everything for that football club. Yeah. He wears his heart on the sleeve for the shirt. Southampton game, he knows that they can't drop any more points on the chase for the top 4. They got an FA Cup final against Man City. Know how difficult he wants to play, but there's a Euros. He's done all this work this season. He wants to play in this Euros. It got cancelled last year, and he was lucky because he was injured. He would have missed it.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to miss it this time, so he might just look out for himself in this occasion.